you, everybody. We're going out on a little bit of a limb, but it's feeling like a sturdy limb that we can go out on tonight and declare victory. We're waiting on Hamilton County. There are about 3 precincts that we understand there's some problems with, and so that's why they haven't called in. But so far, we have won all of the other counties that we've called and come in with. It's feeling good. And so, Natalie from the DC team, come on up. So what we wanted to do tonight, and I really want to thank Murray, who's been my campaign co-chair. Well, you started out as co-chair, then you ended up as the chair this time, because Sue Shields bolted to Texas. But Murray has been there day in and day out and has helped us with a lot of tough decisions at times, and I just thank you so very much. But I'm going to also I would actually like also the rest. Now it might bring up the half of the team, but would the campaign team, and if you worked, Doug actually ran our campaign office, all those phone banks. Come on up. Come on. Okay. How many phone calls, Doug?
170,809.
170,809. 92 phone calls made from Team Susan's office. Not that he was counting. By this young man, and I would say, Jewel, we had the best volunteers out today in that icy cold weather. Oftentimes when we would show up at polling sites, we had the only volunteers standing there. Julie McGrew and our volunteers. Come on up. And we did have more volunteers this year, and then now poor Catherine is still working away. Do we have some good numbers? Yeah. Catherine is my scheduler here in the district office. However, when we moved into campaign mode, she shifted over to the campaign, and because of her leadership and helping organize, and luckily this is a young woman that loves to attend Lincoln Days, that loves to get out and go to everything. Catherine Watkins, please come up and join us. You go through things, and we have some changes in staff over time, but there's always been one steady, calm person that has kept us going, and that's Kevin Ober, our campaign consultant. Come on up, Kevin. He has been with us from day one as well, and then Lake and Cisco is downtown, I believe. She left a while ago. She has been our fundraising consultant, and she has done an amazing job. We did very well. But she's downtown with hopefully newly elected Connie Lawson, who she also worked for this year as Secretary of State. And part of why I wanted to get up here as well and thank everybody so very much is because I'm going to head downtown because we have kind of a historic event happening tonight. The 3 state office holders are all women. And who says anything about Republicans that are war on women when the spot in the state office, Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann, Connie Lawson, Suzanne Crouch, and Kelly Mitchell, all state running, helping Governor Pence run the state of Indiana. It's a great thing. And then I'm very proud also that the AP, the only congressional race that I've been told has been called, is my other colleague, Jackie Walorski. Up north.
Yay!
And so but the rest of us, unless someone knows something, the rest of us are still waiting on some really, you know what I think it is? I actually think it's these tough school board races. I think there's a lot of competition in the school board races, and I actually, in getting out there today, I think that's what's holding it up. But I want to just tell you, you don't get here. This is kind of my new family. This is the family that is helping the families of the 5th District. But if we could, if my own family that I go home to every night and every weekend could come up and stand along the front, I'd love my folks, my husband, my daughter, come on up, my sister, come on up, Beth. Okay, my family, now our son's in college, if you can just stand here as well, and I lost my brother, who is the yard sign king of Fishers. He does it. I don't know where my husband, did I lose David? Okay, there you are. Okay, thank you for introducing the senator so eloquently. That's a good thing. Because I turned to the senator really, in all seriousness. During the government shutdown, which was probably one of the most trying times in my first 2 years in Congress, I called Senator Coates with some frequency, asking him for his advice. What should we be doing? What should the Senate be doing? What should I be doing as a new member of Congress? It was a really difficult time as a new member, very frustrated with what was happening. And he is a rock. He is a leader in the Senate. He has so much wisdom and experience, and I really so value what he brings to the Senate. And if we can win the majority tonight, let me tell you, some of us are going to be up very late tonight to see if we can win this majority. And I have to tell you why it's so important. So the Congress actually did pass over 380 bills this year. And we passed them over to a Democrat-led Senate, Senator Reid, and he has been sitting on those bills. These are bills affecting people's health care. These are bills affecting people's jobs. These are some national security bills. These are often bills with bipartisan support, and Harry Reid has been blocking them. And so if we can, and Mitch McConnell is hopefully going to be the new majority leader in the Senate tonight, and then that means Senator Coates, I think, will have a new prominent, a really significant role in the United States Senate. But I just want to tell you, re-elections, as the senator did say, when you get re-elected, and when I first got to Congress, and some of you have heard me say that, people said, you're not a real member of Congress until you survive a re-elect. And I'm like, wow, I feel like a real member of Congress. It's very hard work, it's important work. I have this incredible staff that cares so much about the people of the 5th, but I realize when you stand for re-election, as the senator said, they're looking at your votes. They're looking at how this team and I take care of constituents. And I will tell you, there is no team that I would say anywhere in the country that cares about constituents more than Team Indiana District Susan Brooks. They have done an amazing job, and they know that it is about service of over 700,000 people. That's who we represent, from Marion County up to Grant and Blackford and Howard. It's a fabulous district. We're very proud to represent this district. We're going to keep working hard. We're going to, remember what you all put us there for, and what many of you, and I really want to close by thanking you, for those of you who stood in the rain today or sat huddled in blankets in the rain today. For those of you who were there, and it was a long, hard day. For those of you who made phone calls for us. For those of you who wrote checks and helped us financially. For those of you who came in and made those calls with Doug and with others. And those of you who put yard signs in your yards. It all mattered. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel very privileged and humbled to be representing the 5th District. I want to thank my husband David particularly. It's been quite an interesting journey these first 2 years. He's been a trooper. He's he's learned to do laundry for the first time in our marriage. And so when he's really stepped up in some new ways in our new commuter marriage. And it's been hard, but it's been wonderful. And we've been very proud to be out representing the 5th District and trying to do the best that we can to take care of citizens and to make them feel safer and more secure. And that's what this election is about, and that's why I feel so good that the Republican Party is going to lead this country. And we've got to keep the momentum going. I'm just going to put a plug in. We've got to keep the momentum going. So if we win this big victory in the Senate, and I feel great we're going to hold the House, we then have to pull together as a party. And we have to find the best candidate who can be the next president of the United States. And so this doesn't mean we just sit. We've got to stay engaged, whether it's in city council elections here in Carmel or the mayor. We've got to stay engaged. And we've got to show people that the Republican way forward is the best way. It is about governing. It's about taking care of all people. It's about taking care of my young neighbor boys, the next generation, and Charlie Baker, the next generation, and all of the young kids who stayed up here. Because at the end of the day, we got to save the American dream for them. And so let's take care of this next generation. Thank you, everybody, and I want to thank my team. Love you all.